My friends, it is Wednesday and welcome back to another snapshot update video. It is 20w15a and I am loving the 1.16 Nether update because in this one, loads and loads of new blocks have been added. A crazy amount of them. Now first of all, let's take a look at the less significant ones, and even these are amazing. So over here in the middle of this wall, you'll probably notice there are now chiseled nether bricks with this really cool skull on top of it. Really lovely texture. Straight away I spotted something. I feel like this one you need to be able to rotate it when you place it because the skull is always facing a particular direction on top, and also on bottom it has the same texture right there. You might have not noticed in the wall there was also cracked nether bricks right here. I think this texture needs a little bit of work. The dots on there are a little bit contrast heavy, but it's a great idea. In fact, as it stands, it's pretty good. I'm just being a little bit critical. And to make these two textures, let's type in nether brick and you'll see, yeah, there it is, chiseled. Two slabs to make chiseled nether bricks, and the cracked ones, those are made in the furnace just like you do with stone bricks. And look at this, Blackstone. We're going to get to that in just a second. There is also Quartz Bricks as well, so here's a really funky cool new texture, and that is the way that you craft it. With 4 blocks of quartz will make you bricks just like this. That, my friends, is a beautiful texture. I'm definitely going to do some building with that in the future. So in the beginning you saw me holding a very interesting block, which is a variant of the Blackstone family of blocks. And this comes from a new nether in the biome. That's right, a whole new biome. And as you can see, we've got slabs, we've got stairs and walls, but there's far more than just this default variation, which by the way has a very interesting kind of alien look to it with that greyish dark blue mixed in with the black. Well, you can polish this and it turns it into an equally alien feeling texture that's a little lighter on the blue and the greys. It's got a chiseled variant. This one again doesn't have the rotation, which I think would be really nice if you wanted the texture in the middle there just to be rotated differently. We've got the stairs, the slabs, we've also got a pressure plate and a button to activate redstone with as well, which is a nice addition. But there's more still. As you can see back here, we've got the Gilded Blackstone. This is when gold is actually fused with this block to create this really fascinating texture, quite similar to the Nether gold ore that we've seen. And coming back even further, we've also got the equivalent of stone block variants. So essentially this is like stone from the overworld in a way, except it's blackstone from the nether. So we've got our slabs, our stairs, our walls, and we've got the cracked texture over here. Now I think these bricks look absolutely gorgeous. And again, I think it might be a little bit heavy with the contrast, but that is a pretty good texture. So understanding the crafting tree here is pretty easy. The recipes are as you would expect, but it's the regular blackstone you use to create polished blackstone in a crafting table. Then you can of course make the slabs and the walls for that, etc. And then to make your blackstone bricks, you take your polished blackstone and convert them into bricks. And to make the cracked variants, no surprise, you put that into a furnace. Mojang, I tip my hat to you. You've outdone yourselves again. My friends, welcome to the Basalt Deltas. This is just one of the most fascinating biomes I think I've ever seen in this game. The atmosphere of it, the shape, is just really engrossing, and I found a really great example of the different ways in which this generates. So there will be a lot of cave-like parts of this biome that have a really great feel to them, as the basalt we've already seen in the game mixes with the blackstone. If I jump into spectator mode and just go through here, you can actually see some of the caves. Right, they generate like this and they just feel so magical to wander your way into. Now let's go back to where we were just a second ago. Right, this is the spot. I lost my bearings for a moment there. This is what happens when it collides with a lava lake. You get these rocky formations coming out of the ground. Absolutely brilliant. And look at the shape of these. This is glorious. Now this is also quite similar to the shape of netherrack and how it already generates, but with the new textures and some of the other features of this biome, oh, it just looks brilliant. This is amazing. Well done, Mojang. Well done. So the basalt deltas are described as remnants of volcanic eruptions where you can find high concentrations of basalt, columns and lava deltas. There's obviously lots of blackstone here as well. It's also home to magma cubes, so we've seen the different nether biomes having particular types of nether mobs spawning in them, and magma cubes will spawn in this one. Also, the effect that you see with the particles right here, these are supposed to be flakes of volcanic ash. Now, how about that block you saw at the beginning? Well, I've looked through the game's recipes and there isn't anything for this block or anything inside of a furnace, and it doesn't appear to generate anywhere inside of this biome or other ones in the Nether, so I'm guessing maybe it hasn't been put in fully just yet. And you're supposed to be able to mine this block and potentially get some gold. And as you can see, I've got fortune on this pick over here, and we've got a couple pieces of gold. And then without fortune, do we get less? Oh, we actually just get... I think that's the first block of its type to do that. So if you mine it with a regular pick, you get the block back. But if you mine it with fortune, it breaks. So having looked up the loot table, it looks like this thing looks for silk touch, but maybe it was written incorrectly and allows you to get it with just a regular pick. It also survives explosions, which doesn't mean it's blast resistant, just means that it will drop itself from an explosion. And what about the rest of the new blocks? Are they blast resistant? Nope, they're not. And all that has reminded me, I was going to test this to see if it had any unique properties. It seems to work with the player and with other entities, so I'm not sure what else I should really check for. But the button over here has the same length as stone, so wood is slightly longer, but blackstone and stone appear to be equal. One final thing to mention with these new blocks is you can actually use blackstone to craft tools and weapons. So it will take cobblestone or it'll take blackstone. And believe me when I say there's more, a whole new bunch of features, changes and whatnot that we're going to talk about in a moment, but quickly wanted to advertise my second channel because in this update there are 3 brand new songs added to the Nether dimension. When you visit particular biomes over there, there is a chance of the music playing. If you'd like to hear those songs in full, over on my second channel is a video with all 3 of those songs. There'll be a card on the screen and a link in the description box below. So getting back into it, I believe that this Chiseled Blackstone block has something to do with the Piglins. Here we have a new banner design, and it's very minimalist and plain, but it's kind of cool, and it's actually related to the Piglin. For there is now a Piglin Banner pattern, but how do you obtain this? I don't know. There doesn't appear to be a crafting recipe or a loot table associated with it, so for now it is a mystery, but in case you're not aware of how this works, you throw in your die, your banner, and then your banner pattern, and that allows you to create a banner, and this is the new design for it. In this snapshot, it feels like Mojang are adding everything. That's right, we now got the Soul Campfire. This thing is seriously cool. And I will say one thing, the particles, the smoke particles, wouldn't it be cool if they were different, if they had a different colour? Oh, it's amazing. If I put down a regular campfire nearby, you might notice that it's brighter. This one has a light level of 15, and the soul campfire has a light level of 10. So following the principles we've seen with the other types of soul items. Now the way that you craft it is with soul sand or soul soil. This is actually a change for the lanterns, or sorry, the torches which you use to make the lanterns. So you can now use soul sand as well as soul soil to make those torches, and you use it to make the campfire. Now walls have received some love in recent snapshots, and I think the changes have been for the best. However, this next one may really please a lot of you. Look at the way it connects to that's wonderful. This works for glass and iron bars, and apparently sea pickles as well. Also, I'm going to throw up this tweet that was tweeted out by one of the Minecraft devs, as it's a really good comparison between how it used to look and how it looks now. So how about that sea pickle? Looks like it's not doing anything, right? Well, that's because it connects in the midsection. So when you put down a sea pickle, then you get the base of the wall appearing. I can barely believe this, but the hoe is now the tool to use with leaves. And iron, unenchanted, is where you're first able to instant mine it, just like this. However, as you can see, it doesn't actually drop the leaf block. So that is still the job of the shears. The thing we need to do here is just to test that we can get this with Silk Touch. And there you go, look, the Silk Touch enchantment works with the hoe. Awesome. Now I'm breaking it with Fortune Free. I don't know if it actually is affected by this enchantment. I will go and check the loot table. And the answer is yes, Fortune works on the leaf block, so you can use it to get more sticks and more saplings. So hopping into the Nether, we have a few changes. Vegetation blocks are now going to be compostable, so Yep, fungus goes in, so does the roots. The other type of fungus, those roots. Netherwarts can go in, even netherwart blocks as well. You can see that has a 100% chance. And also weeping vines and twisting vines. Here's a very cute little change to the Strider mob. It gets cold when it's out of lava. You can see it gets desaturated, a little bit purplish looking, and it shivers as well, and then makes its way back to the lava. Now, as far as I can tell, this kind of happens instantaneously. I also had a look at the MBT data, and it doesn't appear to be stored in there. So this is probably a hard-coded change. Ah, poor little guy. Yeah, there we go. Now, there are some very interesting changes being made with dispensers. By changes, I actually mean additions. Here we've got a dispenser full of saddles, and we'll now be able to equip the pig with the saddle automatically, which is seriously cool. Now, this will work for a horse as well, although I believe it needs to be a tamed horse. Okay. Bam! There we go! I put the saddle on it. That's awesome. Not only can we equip saddles, we can also equip horse armor as well. And, you know, that process can be randomized as there's all the different types of horse armor in here. Hey, look at that! We can put a carpet onto you as well. Now, if I didn't make it clear, with the llamas and the horses, they actually have to be tamed, which is why I was using commands to summon them in. So if I go ahead and just put a regular old llama here and try and equip it, it doesn't go. And I guess with that you could kind of make a tamed llama detector, but when on earth would that ever be useful? So donkeys, mules and llamas can all have chests attached, and again what I did here was I tamed it using the command. And let's drop a regular one in there, and as you can see it spits the chest out, so they always have to be tamed. Okay, a snow golem, we're going to use shears on you and we can clip your head off. And oh god, that's such a derpy face. Yeah. And to no one's surprise, this works with mushrooms as well. Yeah, look at that. We sheared it and you turned into a regular cow. We have two new accessibility options. One is line spacing. That is seriously cool. And the other one is a chat delay. So if I set this to like 2 seconds, the maximum is 6, and then I spam messages, you can see it actually waits to send the next one, and it tells you how many more are waiting to be sent. So if you've got a busy chat and you're struggling to read, you can make use of that feature, and both of these I think are really smart. So in the changelog it says mobs avoid walking on magma blocks and lit campfires, and mob and pathfinded related optimizations. I noticed that a lot of bugs were related to mobs not doing things they were supposed to do, but there were a few bugs of significance worth talking about. The Zoglin mob added in the last snapshot is now considered an undead mob. This means that an enchantment like Smite will do additional damage to it, and that the Wither boss wouldn't attack the Zoglin, but the Zoglin actually attacks the Wither. Huh. Oh, that guy got wrecked. This is kind of amusing. This is ridiculous. Ah, look at that. They're all attacking the Wither. The Wither isn't doing anything back. It's also not taking any damage. Killing baby hoglins would drop leather and pork chops. This is no longer a thing. They're not going to drop those when you kill them. Hoglins are also afraid of nether portals. As you can see, they start to run away. They're also afraid of respawn anchors as well. So if I put one nearby, yeah, it starts to run in the other direction. So if you enjoyed this snapshot video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video to support it, as I do these snapshot videos weekly when they come out. And that's actually it for this one. So thank you ever so much for watching. Be sure to check out the new music over on the second channel, and I will see you soon. Ciao for now. Bye bye.